Before we begin, I'd like you to take a moment to find a quiet, comfortable place to rest. Somewhere you can be completely undisturbed for a while. You might like to lie down or sit somewhere you can let your body soften. Allow your surroundings to settle, the light dimmed, your space peaceful, and your focus turning inward. This time is yours. There's nothing to do, nowhere to be, nothing to accomplish. The world can wait. Gently take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out slowly through your mouth. Feel the release as you exhale, a quiet sigh of your body. Again, breathe in calm and breathe out the day. All the thoughts, all the noise, all the things you've carried with you, let them drift out with each breath. Now, bring your awareness to the rhythm of your breathing. Notice how your chest rises and falls like the slow tide. Your breath has its own gentle current, steady and kind. Let that rhythm ground you here, in this moment, in this stillness. Now I want you to imagine that with every breath, you're drawing in light, a soft, silvery glow, as though moonlight were filling your lungs. And as you exhale, that same light flows gently through your body, bringing calm to every part of you. Now, let's soften your body bit by bit. Let's bring your attention to your feet. Feel the quiet weight of them against the floor or bed. Let them grow warm and heavy. Then your legs. Release any held tension, as if the muscles were melting into the surface beneath you. Your hips and lower back. Let them loosen, the small muscles around them sighing into stillness. Your stomach, soft and at ease. Your chest, rising and falling effortlessly. Your shoulders, lower them slightly, let them rest. Your neck, your jaw, the space behind your eyes. Soften, soften, soften. You are beginning to drift into the first quiet layer of rest. forest. Your mind no longer needs to hold everything. You can simply be. Somewhere nearby, the night stirs. A hush of air, a flicker of movement. A small moth drifts into the edge of the lamplight. Its wings dusted with silver. It moves gently, gracefully, drawn to warmth and calm. As you breathe, you sense that same calm around you, a soft current guiding you inward toward peace. Tonight, your path will lead you to a place where lanterns glow in windows, where a quiet fire burns, and the night wraps gently around the cottage walls. This place is waiting just for you. Let your breath stay slow, steady. Your body is safe, your mind unhurried. And when you're ready, we'll begin to walk. Now imagine yourself standing at the edge of a quiet forest. The air here is cool and clean. It carries the faint scent of rain on moss and the deep, earthy breath of the trees. A soft mist curls low across the path ahead, silvered by moonlight filtering through the branches. Somewhere in the stillness, you hear the soft flutter of wings. A single moth drifting gently through the air, its wings catching the moonlight like pale silk. The moth circles once, then hovers before you, as if waiting, inviting. You take a slow step forward. The ground beneath your feet is soft. A path of pine needles and fallen leaves. Each step releases the scent of cedar and earth. You can almost feel the quiet pulse of the forest floor beneath you, ancient and alive. A lantern appears ahead, its glow tender and golden, swinging slightly in the breeze. It hangs from the low branch of an oak, its glass sides misted with dew. light flickers, steady and soft, casting warm pools of color across the path. As you approach, you notice another further along, then another. Lanterns scattered through the trees like fallen stars, marking the way ahead. The moth drifts toward the first lantern, lingering in its light before gliding on, its wings a whisper of movement. It seems to know the way, and you follow, drawn by the quiet rhythm of its flight. The deeper you walk, the softer everything becomes. Even the shadows seem calm here. The trees swaying slightly as though in breath with the earth itself. You feel safe, held, protected by this endless hush. Above you, the moon rests between the branches, casting pale ribbons of light on the forest floor. The leaves shimmer with tiny beads of dew, and every droplet catches the lantern glow like scattered jewels. Soon, you come to a narrow stream, its water whispering softly across smooth stones. You pause to listen. The gentle murmur, the faint melodic hum beneath the surface. You kneel, dip your fingers into the cool water, and feel it flow between them, pure and light as silk. Across the stream, a small wooden bridge arches gracefully, lanterns tied along its railings. Their reflections shimmer in the current below, a mirror of gold and silver light. Each step across feels slower than the last, as though time itself were easing into quiet stillness. The moth dances ahead, its wings catching both moonlight and lantern light, glowing like a living ember. You cross to the other side. The air feels warmer here, tinged with the faint scent of smoke and pine sap. you see a flicker of orange light between the trees. You continue walking. The forest begins to open slightly, the trees thinning into a clearing. Here, the grass grows thick and soft underfoot, and fireflies drift lazily through the night air, their golden sparks blending with the lantern light. You follow the moth as it circles above the clearing, then dips low towards something just beyond a small rise. You crest the gentle hill, and there, in the hollow below, you see it. A small cottage, its windows glowing with lantern light, its roof silvered by moonlight. Smoke curls gently from the chimney, and a faint warmth reaches you, carried on the wind. The moth drifts to the window and lands softly on the frame, its wings opening and closing in a slow rhythm as if breathing. You stand for a moment, watching the quiet glow of the cottage, a place that feels impossibly familiar, as though you've been here before. You take another breath, slow and deep, and step toward the cottage door. The air smells faintly of wood smoke and lavender, and beneath that, a sweetness like baked bread cooling on a windowsill. The night folds around you, warm and gentle, as though it's been waiting for your arrival. You reach the door. The handle is smooth and cool beneath your fingers. A small brass plaque reads only, "Welcome home." You look up, and the moth flutters once more, settling on the lantern above the door. Its wings glow with the same golden light as the flame inside. For a moment, you notice the moth becomes one with the golden light. You push the door open slowly. The warmth of the cottage spills out to meet you. A soft glow of firelight and a hint As you step inside, the air greets you with warmth. It feels like being wrapped in a soft blanket that remembers the shape of your body. The door closes quietly behind you, and the world outside fades into a gentle hush. Only the faint whisper of wind remains, moving around the eaves, a lullaby sung by the night. Before you, a small fire glows in the hearth, amber light breathing across the stone walls, curling around wooden beams and flickering gently across the floorboards. It paints the air with gold. You walk closer, each step measured and quiet, the floor creaking softly beneath your feet. The warmth from the fire reaches you. It glows through your hands, your face, melting away the last cool traces of night. In the corner, a chair sits beside the hearth. A deep, comfortable armchair draped with a thick woolen blanket. Beside it, a small table holds a cup of tea, steam curling lazily into the air. The scent of chamomile and honey wraps around you like a sigh. You sink slowly into the chair, feeling its softness rise to meet you. The fabric is warm but tender, as though countless quiet evenings have been spent here by the same fire. Your body begins to settle. The heat seeps into your muscles, soothing every tired place. The rhythm of your breathing slows to match the gentle dance of the flames. Somewhere near the window, you notice a faint movement, a delicate flutter. The moth has followed you in. It circles once through the room, its wings catching the firelight, so that each movement gleams like a breath of gold. It lands on the window frame, resting just beside the glass. Outside, the lanterns glow softly in the darkness, their reflections trembling like small stars in water. You watch the moth's stillness, its wings open in a perfect calm. And you sense something in its presence, a quiet knowing, a reminder that even the smallest creature can carry light through the deepest night. take a slow sip of the tea. It's warm and smooth. The honey's sweet, but not heavy. The chamomile soft as sunlight through lace. It fills you from within, a comfort that reaches every corner of your mind. Across the room, you notice shelves lined with small treasures, smooth river stones, tiny jars of herbs and petals, a wooden box carved with delicate spirals. Each one glows softly in the firelight, each one whispering of gentle care. You stand, drawn to the shelves, and run your fingertips lightly over the surfaces. The wood feels warm, alive with faint traces of stories long told. You lift the carved box. It opens with a soft sigh, revealing a small folded note within. The paper slightly aged, edges curled like autumn leaves. You unfold it carefully. In neat handwriting, it reads, "For the weary traveler, rest well, for this place was built for peace." You smile, a quiet inward smile, feeling the truth of the words settle into you. The cottage was built for peace, for people like you, who carry too much light in their hearts and too many thoughts in their minds. You place the note back into the box and set it gently down. As you turn, the fire flares softly, casting a slow shimmer across the room. You return to the chair. The moth flutters once, then drifts closer, landing on the armrest beside your hand. Its wings pulse slowly, a rhythm almost matching your breath. You watch its quiet movements. Each beat feels like a whisper from the night, a message spoken not in words, but in presence. You feel your body growing heavier, sinking deeper into the chair. The warmth of the fire, the soft weight of the blanket, the gentle glow of the lanterns outside, all of it blends into one tender stillness. If you listen closely, you can hear the faint hum of the night beyond the walls. The forest breathing, the stream whispering somewhere in the distance. It all seems to be breathing with you. The moth For a moment, it drifts into the light of the fire, and the edges of its wings seem to shimmer with color, pale gold, rose, and silver, a tiny constellation in motion. You think of how it moves, always seeking the light, not out of need, but out of gentle instinct, as though it remembers something we all once knew, that even in darkness, there is always a way home. The moth settles again on the windowsill. It is utterly still. So are you. The fire crackles softly. Your breathing has slowed. Your body feels almost weightless, drifting just above the edge of dreams. Outside, the wind sighs once through the trees, and the lanterns shimmer in answer. Inside, all is quiet, all is peace. The night deepens. The fire has quieted to a soft bed of embers, their glow pulsing faintly in the hearth. The air is warm and still. You rest back into the chair, head leaning slightly to one side, the blanket drawn over your shoulders. Every part of you feels settled. Each muscle, each thought, each small current of energy has found its place of rest. Outside, the forest hums with a deeper quiet. The owls have ceased their calls, and even the wind has softened to a whisper. The lanterns still glow beyond the window, their light swaying gently as if breathing with you. The moth, still resting by the window, lifts its wings in the hush. It moves with such slowness, such peace, that it almost feels like the air itself is carrying it. You watch as it circles once through the room, a small flicker of gold in the half light, and then it drifts towards you, hovering just above your shoulder. In that quiet, it feels as though it's sharing something, a stillness, a gentle reminder that even in the softest movement, there can be calm. It lands once more, this time near your heart. You can almost feel the faint As you breathe, something within you begins to glow, a faint inward light, like a lantern deep in the chest. It doesn't need tending. It doesn't need to burn bright. It simply is. This light has always been here, quiet and constant, steady through every season of your life. The moth seems to recognize it, settling near it, resting in its warmth. You close your eyes, and the light within you begins to spread into your shoulders, your arms, your hands, down through your chest, your stomach, your legs. Every cell glows faintly with calm. You feel lighter now, as though the body is no longer something you carry, but something carried by the earth itself, held completely, cradled in warmth and quiet. In your mind, you see the moth once more, drifting upward, its wings scattering small sparks of light that dissolve like stars into the air. Each spark a thought, each one floating away until all that remains is silence. Outside, the lanterns sway in the wind. Their glow softens, then steadies, then softens again. You hear the faint rhythm of it, like the tide, like breath, like the night itself breathing you to sleep. The moth rises toward the rafters, finding the open window. It lingers in the frame for a moment, bathed in the last light of the fire. Then it drifts outward into the moonlight. You imagine it moving through the night, past the lanterns, past the stream, through the quiet trees, until it disappears among the stars. Inside, you remain by the fire, blanket heavy and warm, the glow of the embers dimming to a steady red. Your breath is the only sound now, soft, slow, peaceful. Each exhale draws you closer to sleep. Each pause between breaths becomes a doorway into dream. In the quiet of your resting body, you can still feel the faint hum of life all around you. The fire, the trees, the moth's fading trail of light. It all exists within you now, woven into your breathing. You are the stillness. You are the everything safe, everything calm. As the night settles fully, you drift deeper still, past thought, past sound, past the edges of awareness, into the soft, endless space of rest. The fire hums its final lullaby. The lanterns flicker softly in the windows. Outside, the moth flies home to the moonlight. And here, in the glow of the lantern cottage, you sleep deeply, peacefully, completely.